future of sales. You know, the pandemic is here. It's not ending anytime soon. The landscape of the selling environment has probably changed, maybe forever. But how are you and Sandler going to approach the future? Are you guys rolling out anything new and exciting for all of your franchisees, or the way you go and approach your consultations? Like, what does the future look like for you and Sandler in the next, say, you know, maybe 1 to 3 years, we'll say?
Yeah, it's a good question. You know, I can't speak on behalf of all of Sandler. I can speak of maybe some hearsay as it relates to Sandler. I think one of the core differences of Sandler is, you know, we've got training centers. So we've got brick and mortar across the world, essentially. So that's obviously taken a hit. But I know that there's a focus on making sure we don't lose that. So I think there's a couple of things. One is we at Dave Trapani, I think we've done a nice job with our clients. We're pretty intimate. We get to know them. They stay with us for a long time. I think that that's got to be paramount. We've got to have better conversations with our clients, probably more frequent. Even though we're doing training in some cases on a weekly basis, we've got to make sure that we don't lose that real touch with our clients, as we may not be on site as much as we were in the past. I think my belief is embracing this technology, Zoom or whatever technology, and making it as effective as possible. I think the results are still going to be strong using these technologies. So I think we should all embrace it. And as things open up at some point in the future, maybe it becomes part of what we do, some in person, some Zoom, or maybe it's all Zoom based on where people are located. And I think the other thing, Coop, is, and Sandler, in my opinion, I didn't develop it, Sandler Home Office developed it, was super quick at adapting to the pandemic. So within 2 weeks of things shutting down, we had 8 presentations on how to deal with the pandemic. And now we're developing presentations and training sessions that are focused more on recovery and how to recover and how to continue to grow your sales. So the core curriculum will not change, because that's the methodology, that's the process. But being quick to say what's going to happen in the next 2 to 6 months, and having tools to support that, I think is critical. And I think Sandler's done a really nice job there. And that doesn't have to be extensive. That has to be enough to give people new ideas, reinforce some best practices, and also what is working and what's not working. Sandler does a lot of studies. We just put out, I forget what it was, but 7 lessons from the pandemic. So being responsive to what you're learning, and then putting out programs or supporting programs to keep those messages going.